Well, good morning, everybody. The rain has stopped, the sunshine is out, and I decided to come out here and just show you a little bit of what's going on with the garden since it quit raining. But as you can see, I've got all kind of seeds popped up out of the ground. I think that's zucchini right there. There's perpetual spinach. All of my aloe vera, which I haven't moved it yet because I haven't decided where I'm going to put it. I was sick yesterday. I'm feeling lots better today. That's why I didn't put up a video yesterday. But there's hollyhocks coming up there that I planted. And I put flower seeds all throughout this rock bed. Plus, I've got cucumber seed, I think it was, planted in each one of these tree trunks. Hopefully the cucumbers will come up and use the tree trunk as a trellis. Or that's what I'm hoping anyway. But some of these wildflowers are getting a little bit tall. They're about to cover my rose bush. It looks like I may have to pull some of them out from around the rose bush anyway. But I've got wildflowers bordering the edge of this rock garden. I try to transplant some every time it rains because they have the best chance to survive if you transplant them when it rains. And I did the same out in front of the big rock garden. And look at that. Isn't that a good sign right there? You reckon that put out some roots or not? I don't know, but it's sure looking good. And you can see I pulled up some bok choy, what I could find that was big enough to come up, and I've transplanted it, waiting on some of this other stuff to get big enough that I can transplant it. And I'm going to need to move it out in the sun somewhere out here. I'm just not sure where yet. All this is coming up. Look at there. That looks like some new leaves right there. So maybe those are going to make it too. I don't know if they'll live through a transplant, but looks like they're living right now. And see there, I've got spinach seeds coming up there and all over here. That rain drowned that pot of them right there. But I transplanted some bok choy out here. That wind was blowing pretty hard. You can see I've put one bok choy in each one of these little pots. Because I know bok choy needs the sun. So we'll see if they survive. There's just one little one in each one. I said if I moved them before they got too, or before it got too hot, maybe they'd have a chance to survive. And I bordered this rock bed out here with wildflowers. Those pretty ones that grow in the yard every year. You can see they're kind of wilted down, but hopefully they'll come back up. Because like I said, the best time to transplant those is when it's rained. So I got out here in between showers and planted those. Let's check on these rose bushes over here. But see, I love these wildflowers. Look. They come up all over the yard every year. Since I threw seeds out years ago. There's yellow ones, and there's bluebonnets that will be blooming pretty soon. And there's the seeds coming up in these pots. And I think this one's full of moonflowers. So we'll see which one wins out, the moonflowers or the seeds I planted. I don't even know what kind of seeds. Kale. That was kale. This was perpetual spinach. Let's see. This was cilantro, I think. But I got to get out here and fix some more pots and totes this week. There's the mums growing. Look at all those little yellow flowers. Aren't they pretty? And that rose bush, I don't know. It don't look like it's going to make it. I mean, it might. It's still alive, but I have my doubts. This rain might be what they needed out here. They don't get much water for sure out here. So I don't know. Oh, my little birdhouse fell again. Oh, let's see if I can get over there without getting in the mud, because I know it's all muddy right now. My little birdhouse fell. I'll put it over here on the rock and take care of it later. And that one looks like it's trying to put out some new leaves right there. I don't know. And that one's still alive, but you know, it takes it a while to root, if it even will root. And that one's still looking good. It's not growing yet, but and you can't even see it. The way the sun is on it right there. Kind of fades away in the chips, don't it? And this one is still green, so it's still got hope. Still got hope. And look at here what I started. That's watermelon. I put it over here because I said, you know, watermelon vines grow forever. They're long, they cover a lot of territory. So I put it over here to give it a lot of room to just travel along the ground. That is a Charleston Gray watermelon. And that's what that is. These haven't come up yet. But after this rain, they should come up pretty quick. Yeah, I got to get more dirt in my potatoes, because look how tall they're getting. They need more dirt, because you know, as they grow, you're supposed to mound more dirt up at them. But they're getting away with me. Me getting sick for a day sure set me back. And my banana trees. One person said, well, they're too little to be a banana tree. I said, well, they're banana trees. That doesn't mean they got to be gigantic. And I got something voluntary coming up in here. I don't know what. We'll see, I guess. Now, looks like that's about ready to be harvested right there. I mean, look at the leaf and the size of my hand. More potatoes. More potatoes. More potatoes. And I got a clump of seeds coming up in here voluntarily with it, and I don't know what that is. I There's no telling what I planted in there. And I still got to finish fixing this tub or bucket. Potatoes. More potatoes. And I don't remember what I planted in there, but it's coming up. And I still have to plant these green buckets. I haven't planted anything in those yet. But I got okra planted in the blue tub, I mean the little swimming pool. Walking onions. And kale. I got to get something planted in this one and that one down there. Probably put some perpetual spinach in it. And I haven't planted these yet. That's a zucchini when it comes up. There's more greens. And there is my golden Detroit beets. And they're going to need to be thinned out. And I don't know if I planted zucchini or yellow squash in that pot right there, but it's come up, whatever. And I'd planted those tomatoes in these, but they're not coming up yet. And this is another tub of the yellow beets. This is I think in all these bags I planted the beefsteak. That's a beefsteak tomato there when it comes up. And the wind blew my rug on the ground. Put it back up there. Yeah, some of these I haven't planted anything in yet. And I've been thinking about moving that 5-tier rack right here so it'll get plenty of sun. I may do that later today. My greens. More greens, and I got a thing of parsley growing right there. It's come up. But in all these bags, I planted those either the yellow tomatoes, or I planted a slice of tomato off that red tomato I had in my other video the other day, right there to see, how the seeds are going to come up. And that's a yellow squash. And this, I don't know, I guess it takes a long time. That's parsnips, but they've not come up yet. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to come up. There's more of my greens, my onions. There's all kind of stuff coming up in here. Stuff I don't need coming up in there. And see, all my garlic and my onions didn't make it on this side. I don't know if it's the difference in the dirt or what it was. Like here. And I got a yellow squash right there that's come up. And I've got yellow squash. What is this? Basil. Basil hasn't come up. And yellow squash. Whoop. Look at there. Little yellow squash is popping up out of the ground. So the rest of them will come up too. How good those rose bushes are looking. They're getting real full and thick. Mint. Chives. And see, I've still got to plant these. I haven't got them planted yet. I've still got all my blocks to do. Oh, and I put bush beans in my tower. You know, I left the broccoli or Brussels sprouts or whatever was in there that survived. But then in each empty place, like all these, I planted bush beans. I'm going to try bush beans over here because I don't have to worry about them traveling everywhere. They should fill it up and make a really pretty tower of bush beans, I think. Anyway, I'm experimenting. I'm trying it. So we'll see. See what happens. And so far, my vent is working up there. I planted peas, foot-long beans, and every kind of pea in all of these bags. All these pots. There's little buddy. Hey there, little buddy. So we'll see if they come up. Because I had a few coming up from last year or back in the fall when I planted them. But I wasn't sure what kind they were. So I grabbed all of my vine running beans and planted them all out here so they'll grow up on this trellis. But isn't this pretty? Pretty and healthy looking. I was checking on my pots. I don't see anything popping up. Those are all peppers, so it takes peppers so long to germinate and come up. But yeah, I've still got to do something with all these. There's just only one of me. I don't you see potatoes there that I got to put more dirt in. Potatoes there that need more dirt. A little bit. And I went ahead and reworked all this. I got one little tree collard that survived. It may survive, I don't know, but I planted it there. The rest of these buckets have cucumbers. 2 other different types of cucumbers. And this is going to be my cucumber patch, so to speak. Well, look at this. Wonder what. I don't know if an animal did that or not, but hey. I don't know what could have went through there. Would have turned that over like that. But yeah, I've still got all of these. Still got all of those pots and totes out there to do. But I planted cucumbers right there. Those white buckets are my cucumber patch. I'm going to try cucumbers there this year. That rain really did some good to my plants that what few are out. Oh. And I think I got marigolds planted in that pot right there. But I don't know if there's enough sun back here that it gets to let them germinate and come up. I think I put marigolds in that. Oh my goodness. There's nothing going to grow in that. Look at there. So much water got in that pot. Let's see if I can do this so you can see what I'm fixing to do. I'm just going to pour the water out of this thing. Probably doesn't even need that. I'll just leave this. Like that, and use this pot for something else. And I don't know, I may have to plant something else in there or plant a few more hollyhock seeds. So I don't know if they're going to come up or not. But that's a little bit. Oh, and look at there. I put perpetual spinach up there. I said I'm going to try it because it gets a lot of shade up here. So I don't know. It may not grow. I may have to just take it out and move it in the sun. But I still got all these to do. But see, I've been working on them. I at least put dirt in some of them right along here. But they're not planted with anything yet. So I still got to do that. Still got to do that. I got to do all my cinder blocks. We had a wicked wind last night. Little buddy up on the porch. Put this right down there. Yep, but that's where we stand for right now. I just wanted to get on here real quick and give you an update. Let you know why I didn't post yesterday. I was just way too sick yesterday, and I still don't feel real good, but I'm feeling better than I did. And I see a water pocket up on top of this roof that I need to get off. Right there above my head. One back here, if I can reach it. At least the vent didn't leak. But see, I do have some stuff coming up in here. I think those rose cuttings are done for. I don't think they're going to do anything. And these are the gold medal tomatoes coming up in here. More watermelon. And a yellow melon. These trays, I just don't, they're not doing anything. Black diamond watermelon right there. And I don't really know where I'm going to put them. The hillbilly tomato is coming up, but you know, it gets too hot on this side. It really gets too hot on this side of the greenhouse. I don't know if this would help it or not. Might diffuse a little bit of that sun. Because I do need to put more water in there. Because there's one right there. It's a hillbilly tomato. I don't want to lose those seeds. Those are some of the seeds that were sent to me. Just don't know. I'll probably need to come out here and rework some of this later today. But yeah, it looks like we got about 3 hillbilly tomato plants come up in that pot. And it looks 2 of them there. I tried to only put like at the most 2 seeds in each pot. And that's sweet dumpling squash right there. The ones in the square pots. See, I got to get busy and get my stuff fixed to where I have somewhere to transplant them to. And I got to get out here and put more water to this. Probably wouldn't hurt to leave this open a little bit. so it doesn't get too awfully hot in there. Anyway, that's the way where we stand on the garden right now. I should have a ton of peas of all kinds when they all come up out here and grow up this trellis. That's the plan anyway. So, it's a nice day for doing work in the garden, but I don't feel like doing it today. But I will open the greenhouse door just a little bit, let some of the air go through there. So hopefully it won't be too hot inside. Ain't that right, little buddy, huh? Yeah, I can't wait to see what my peas are going to do in my green stalk tower this year. And look at my clematis up there. It's going to be pretty this year if it doesn't get too hot on it, because it's covering that trellis, that arbor, really nice. Little buddy, you got your back to the camera. You always have your back to the camera. I wish everything grew as pretty and nice and easy as my Egyptian walking onions and peppermint and my raspberry bush right there. I think it's raspberry or blackberry. I don't remember which one. I think it's raspberry. But I got new shoots coming out of the tub right down here. See the new shoots coming up? Let's go see if we got any more asparagus out here. I saw a shoot trying to come up the other day when I broke some of them off. That's it right there, but it's not big enough to do anything with yet. Those are sunflowers there. I know they are. They're sunflowers. That's what I've got coming up voluntarily just about everywhere. And for a long time I couldn't figure out what it was. It's sunflowers. Look at those Egyptian walking onions. Yeah, I got to get out here and get busy. Maybe I'll feel better. Like I said, I'm already feeling better, or I wouldn't be out here doing this little walk around the garden. But I did want to get on here and let you know what's going on. That I didn't post a video yesterday because I just felt too bad. I was too sick to do it. But those are all sunflowers there, if they survive. And I've been meaning to pull a bunch of them out and transplant them. Just haven't done it yet. But that's what those are, because, you know, I had 2 or 3 big, tall sunflowers planted here last year. There's one of them left right there that's all dried out. That went all the way up to the top of the shed up there. And it dropped seeds. That's where those sunflowers are coming from. But yeah, I got to get busy because it's my planting time. You know, I usually plant like the second, third week in March. And I got all this stuff already planted. Now I got to get busy on the other side and get that side done. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and look at my yellow squash there. I only put 2 seeds in each pot. One of them didn't come up here. I don't know why, what happened to the other one, but a bird could have eaten it. Who knows? Ain't that right, little buddy? A bird could have eaten it. He had me up at 4 o'clock this morning wanting food, wanting breakfast. I said, no, that ain't going to work, little buddy. That is not going to work. Knocking at the door wanting breakfast. I got a zucchini, my greens, and a sunflower planted back there. There's a sunflower back there toward the edge. See how much rain we got. Almost 2.5 inches of rain. Look at there. From a rain gauge. It rained pretty good. Yeah, it rained pretty good, little buddy. A squirrel has already been to both of my feeders. Look at where the tool is. It's all the way down to the ground. I got to come out here and change out these feeders because the seed's wet. The seeds get wet, they want to swell up, and the birds won't eat them when it gets that way. See, they're all wet. Get some of the wet stuff out, or try to. That might be good enough that they'll eat it. I didn't check the seeds out here. I bet they're wet too. But yeah, if it stays wet very long, they swell up and they start to sprout. There's holes there where they're supposed to drain. These feeders have, but sometimes the holes get stopped up. And the rainwater sits in the little tray down there. And it'll ruin every bit of that bird seed. I'll tell you what, those moonflowers are loving that rain. That's what that is right there, is moonflowers come up. Whew. Hear birds chirping. Oh, I can breathe out here today. It rains so much, even though the wind's blowing, it's cleared the air, but it's not going to stay clear for too long. Before I'll be gasping for breath back out here again. And I still haven't used my aloe vera, which I've got to do that when I plant some seeds. That was cut right there. I broke off of these plants. Where do you think you're going, huh? Where do you think you're going? He's going to stay right here with me. He says, yeah, I'm going to stay right here with you. He looked at the door like, well, the door's not opening. He says, what's wrong? The door's not opening. Yeah, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody, let you know that I was sick yesterday. I stayed in bed off and on most of the day, or laying on the couch, because my chest was so bad with allergies that oh, it just hurt. I was so bad, I couldn't think straight. I said the best thing for me to do when I get that way is just go to bed and stay there. Ain't that right, little buddy? Huh? Little buddy agrees with me. He said the best thing to do is just go to sleep. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with me for this short video. Y'all have a blessed day, a blessed weekend, and hopefully I'll see a lot of you on my live at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So y'all have a blessed day. See you on the next one. Bye now.